I guess the ultimate goal of this video is to ask you guys, what would you like to see on the YouTube channel? Only #1 brands for IgnitionTube. Comes. Oh wow, it's still on there. There we go. Alright, YouTube video time. Oh, hang on, I'm driving the M3, forgot, I'm a BMW driver now. I'm gonna merge without my blinker. What's going on, everyone? Hope you like that little intro sequence, changing out the cowl on the car. I wanted to hit you guys with an update video. Now, I want to clear the air around this topic. My Audi family, my people who I have not forgotten about, I know we've been making a lot of M3 content recently, but I have not forgotten about you guys. My Audi people keep messaging me, why are you always driving the BMW? Even when I went to the shop last weekend, Billy goes, you haven't stopped driving that car, have you? The answer is, I really haven't driven this car that much. The other answer to that is I really haven't driven, period. I'm lucky enough to work from home, so I really have no reason to drive. But when we go anywhere, we take the S6, only if I'm by myself, or today was a rare occasion, I put my son in the back, but it just makes logical sense to drive the S6 more places. But when I'm driving the S6 places, I'm usually with my family, which means I'm not gonna make a video. And I'm probably not even going to take an Instagram picture. So that's why you see, if you follow me on other socials, you see a lot of the M3. Don't think I've forgotten about my Audi people. I definitely haven't. And if you didn't know, the S6 fully and completely has my heart, other than in the gas mileage department. So my Audi people, do not worry. This car has not stolen me from you guys. My BMW people who are new to the channel, there's only one BMW that I could see myself following this car with. And that would be importing an E36 Touring from Europe into the United States. Because wagons are cool, and Powen knows the E36 so well, it would be a great opportunity for some interesting content on a car that not a lot of people have. I think that would be very cool. So if you, as the watcher, are not a BMW or an Audi guy, or you are and you want to weigh in on that topic, let me know down in the comments below. Now, while I have you guys, before we get too far into the video, I've been throwing around the idea of starting up the join button on IgnitionTube. Now, what would join be? The join button is a button that you click that essentially subscribes you to a smaller group of subscribers for the channel. So you would pay a monthly fee, and as a result, you would get X features. I've thought about maybe setting up a Discord channel for just joiners, and then, you know, we can talk back and forth. We're doing exclusive live streams and stuff like that. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. You can either let me know here, or shoot me a message on Instagram or whatever. And I'd like to hear what you would like to see offered as part of a join membership, because I think a lot of the bigger channels that have these join memberships, they just promise all this generic stuff, and I want to make this like a thing that it feels worth your money. Obviously, you know, I greatly appreciate if you support the channel anyway, but I want to make sure that you're getting a return on your investment and something that makes you happy. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments. Also wanted to talk about what is coming for IgnitionTube. I originally, if you asked me 6 months ago, my plan was I was going to do hybrid turbos on the S6, do a fuel system, do all that fun stuff, and like really push that car. I'm kind of worried that that is going to open a can of worms. Forgive me while I do a little. I'm kind of worried that doing a fuel system and all that stuff, wow, this is bright. How are we looking on camera? We are wicked overexposed. I'm kind of worried that doing a fuel system and going to hybrid turbos is going to open a can of worms where the car goes from a super reliable daily to like borderline race car things. And while that would be cool, and I'd love to have a car that makes, you know, 700 plus to the tire, doesn't make sense, especially if it's being driven through the city and already getting 8 to 12 mpg. If I go to an upgraded fuel pump and all that fun stuff, will that just completely ruin the usability of the car? I don't know. I guess the ultimate goal of this video is to ask you guys, what would you like to see on the YouTube channel? Because I've been having fun making the videos that I've been making, but they haven't been getting the views that stuff historically has done. And I think it's because I have two niche cars now. The S6 is not as broadly applicable as the S4, and the E46 M3 is not as broadly applicable to my audience that I've built. Obviously, it's mostly Volkswagen and Audi people, although there are people that can appreciate everything. So I'm curious what you guys want to see on the channel next. And before you say B5 S4, I will not be building a B5 S4 until I have a house with a garage, because that car will be broken regularly. Curious what you guys want to see on the channel next, because I'm at this crossroads where we're going to do coilovers and wheels on this car, and we'll do the subframe reinforcement. That was supposed to be done this weekend, but it's going to snow like 1.5 feet this weekend, so Billy's going to have to be out plowing instead of you know, working in the shop, which is totally understandable, no problems there. But we're at this kind of crossroads where I could go real in depth on this car and like put a ton of money into it. I could go real in depth on the S6 and put a ton of money into it, or we could cut our ties with one or both of the cars and replace them with something else. Now, keep in mind, in Massachusetts, I can only legally sell 3 cars a year private sale. But there is a crashed S6 that's a clean title car that I've been looking at. I didn't want to go this way. The B6 S4 or a B7 S4 wagon is on my mind, and we do like a big supercharger built motor setup there and shoot for the moon with that. There's like a bunch of stuff that we could do. So we're kind of at this turning point where it's the winter season. I haven't outlaid a ton of money into anything yet. We have the opportunity to go super in depth on the S6. We have the opportunity to go super in depth on the M3. We have the opportunity to sell the M3 and get something else, or sell both cars and get 2 other things. The only caveat to selling both and getting something else is that it needs to be family friendly. Jumping back to the original topic, I'm definitely enjoying the M3, don't get me wrong, but am I in love with this car? No. I can see why people like them. I don't think it feels particularly amazing, but I felt the same way about the RS4. I don't know, I can see why people like that car too, but I didn't think it was anything groundbreaking. So, just something to think about. I like this car. I don't love this car. I don't love the BMW brand. And you know, whether or not I continue down the BMW path, I'd love to do an E36 Touring. I think that'd be sick, but also not very safe. I mean, E46 is old. If I get hit in this car, chances are I'm not doing too hot. If I get hit in the E36, probably doing even worse. So, just something to be mindful of. Anyway, enough of me blabbering back and forth. I hope you guys enjoyed this update video, and I hope what I'm saying makes sense. If you guys have thoughts, if you have things you want to see, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video.